Moving on up, temperatures continue to climb across Wisconsin this weekend. Chris will tell you when we could even hit 60 degrees. I like that. And the world hits a very sombering milestone in the fight against COVID-19 overnight, surpassing 150,000 deaths, while there are new calls for Americans to stay home even longer.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Well, good morning to you, and thank you for starting your day with us here on News 3 Now. It is Saturday, April 18th. You have a birthday shout out that you wanted to do?
Yeah, it is April 18th, and it's hard to believe that it's April 18th, as we discussed earlier. I want to give a happy birthday to Tom Swartz as we head into this forecast here. It should be a great day. We've ordered up some good weather, and lots of folks like to hit the boat this time of the year. So here's the boating forecast as we go into today. I just might be on a boat later on this afternoon. We're going to see plenty of sunshine out there. Temperatures jump up right around 59 degrees, and then we'll cool back down into the upper 50s still, but back towards 57 by the time we get you towards 6 o'clock. Plenty of sunshine out there right now. It continues to be absolutely amazing. We're not tracking any showers. We're not tracking any snow. It's just a bunch of sunshine across the upper Midwest. Temperatures this morning, we're starting out at 38 degrees. 39 in Lone Rock right now. Viroqua coming in a little bit cooler at 36. Janesville, their temperature is just gone at the moment. We'll see if we can get that back in due time. Winds are calm, but they'll be kicking up out of the south and southwest as we go through the day. So as we continue to look ahead, we'll see more of that sunshine. We're at 56 by the time we get you towards 2 o'clock.
Wisconsin is so weird. Last week, you and I were talking about snow, I think, and now we have the boating forecast up. Like, what?
That is the content I am here for. That's why I moved here.
You love that. It keeps him on his toes. You can't work in, like, San Diego.
Absolutely not. Could never do it.
Yeah. No, you love it. All right. Well, thank you. Gorgeous April 18th. I'm excited for your extended forecast.
It's going to be a great April 18th.
Thank you, Chris.
My pleasure.
Well, a new global milestone in the fight against the coronavirus. Overnight, the death toll has risen to about 150,000 worldwide. According to Johns Hopkins University, COVID-19 has infected more than 2.25 million people and killed more than 150,000. Meanwhile, President Trump has unveiled new guidelines to help states loosen restrictions as the total number of American infections hits 700,000. And the Trump administration and the White House Coronavirus Task Force now say there are enough COVID-19 tests to get the country to start phase 1 of the 3-phase reopening process.
For what we need in the first phase, if these things are done correctly, what I believe they can, we will have and there will be enough tests to allow us to take this country safely through phase 1.
Phase 1 includes much of the current lockdown measures, such as avoiding non-essential travel and not gathering in big groups. But it says large venues like restaurants, places of worship, and even sports venues can operate under strict physical distancing protocols. Meanwhile, day 2 of nationwide protests continued overnight as people voiced their opposition to the stay-at-home orders and demanded that the economy be reopened. This video is from St. Paul, Minnesota. The massive crowds gathered outside the governor's mansion there, demanding that he ends the state's stay-at-home order. The group is calling themselves Liberate Minnesota. Their organizers say the state's stay-at-home order has gone on long enough. And the president even embracing these protesters, tweeting that Minnesota, Michigan, and Virginia should be liberated. All 3 states have Democratic governors and are considered battlegrounds for the presidential election. Now, a similar protest is planned here in Madison starting next week. On the original day, our state's safer-at-home order would have been lifted. Well, speaking of Wisconsin, there are now more than 4,000 confirmed coronavirus cases in the state and more than 200 deaths. That's about 150 new cases and 25 deaths in just the last 24 hours. Milwaukee County contains roughly half of the state's total cases, with more than 2,000 as well as 120 deaths. That's just in that county. Over here in Dane County, we have 359 confirmed cases and 17 deaths. With the current strain on healthcare systems, UW Health says its medical assistant apprentices are being called to help. Under normal circumstances, the apprentices mainly focus on classwork and some limited clinical studies, but now they're helping with the COVID-19 response. They are still completing classwork in the 11th month program, but due to clinical consolidation, they are now also helping with employee testing, nursing assistant areas, and child care training. With the pandemic comes medical waste, and while many parts of the world are seeing an increase of that waste based on the number of COVID patients, here in Wisconsin, we are actually seeing less waste. UW Health says its waste is down about 30%. They said because other standard procedures where PPE would have been given to staff and patients, those are not happening right now. And since we don't have a surge of COVID-19 patients either, there is just less medical waste than usual. But what happens to all that waste when it does leave the hospital? Well, we spoke to a local company, and here's what they said.
Steam gets injected, and then it moves underneath microwaves, which also provide more heat. So we heat this waste up to over 200 degrees Fahrenheit. The process takes about 60 minutes, and when it comes out the end, it's deposited into a compactor, and it looks like confetti.
Mary staff members visit Madison area hospitals daily to properly dispose of their waste. They follow guidelines put in place by the CDC and the Wisconsin DNR to ensure the environment is protected as well throughout the process. The city of Madison is launching several new initiatives to help people have safe, healthy spaces for walking and biking during the Safer at Home order. Over the next week, crews will be making improvements to some of the city's most used trails and expanding what they called, quote, shared streets. For specifics on their plan and location, you can head to channel3000.com. It is another Saturday morning with no tents posted around the square. For the foreseeable future, the Dane County Farmers Market says it will be hosting local food pickup on Wednesdays and Saturdays in lieu of the market, starting next week. Now, that will start at Willow Island. You can pick those orders up at the Alliant Energy Center. They say the farmers will just place your goods in your trunk. Well, scammers are preying on fears and uncertainty around the coronavirus pandemic. Here are the top 2 scams in Wisconsin, according to the Better Business Bureau. They say you need to watch out for this one. It's about N95 masks, with those in short supply and many major retailers sold out. They say the #1 virus-related scam is fake masks being promoted online. Secondly, people should also be on the lookout for stimulus check scams, especially in the form of email links that could infect your computer with malware. Another scam to watch out for is happening on social media. The Better Business Bureau says you should not fall into that trap of posting your old senior photos online. People are doing that right now in solidarity with current seniors who won't get to finish their final years of high school or college.
Without really thinking about it, you might be divulging sensitive information, which a lot of people don't think about as sensitive, but when taken into a different context, it can be used for other unsavory items.
The BBB says scammers or hackers could potentially use the name of your high school and graduation year as a way to hack into any systems that you might have, because those are common security questions. Well, social media is also being used for some good. Instagram is working to help struggling restaurants. The social media app has added buttons and stickers to make it easier for people to support local restaurants and bars. Businesses can add stickers to their Instagram stories and profiles that will allow followers to buy gift cards, place food orders, or even donate money. The fundraiser button will redirect users to Facebook, where they can donate via a Facebook fundraiser page created by business owners. People can reshare the stickers and buttons to their own Instagram stories to let others know how they can help too. More local news now. Many of us are looking for ways to help right now, and Friends of State Street Family staff members are looking for business owners who are willing to host hospitality tables. They'll keep the tables supplied. All you need to do is be willing to have a table on your property. So this is what it looks like. The group set up its first table on West Washington Avenue with water and snacks. This is an unmanned table, so people experiencing homelessness can just have access to these supplies. If you own a business and are willing to host a table, you're asked to reach out to the Friends of State Street Family Facebook page. Stay in touch all day long on the latest headlines of COVID-19. You can go to channel3000.com or check out the News 3 Now app. It's free in your app store of choice. Time right now, 8:08. Wrigley Field is back in business, but not as the home of the Cubs. How the stadium is transforming this weekend. And you are taking a live look over the Capitol. Chris Reese has a very sunny Saturday forecast for you straight ahead.
Download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app today.
Bring your family and friends to Monk's Bar and Grill, home of the mouth-watering half-pound ultimate Monk burgers. Try the Prime Nacho Burger, the Brisket Burger, the Alamo, or the Big Ten. Monk's Bar and Grill, serving up a good time since 1947.
I'm Joanne Jenkins with AARP. In these challenging times, we need each other more than ever. We may be apart, but we're not alone. Use AARP Community Connections to find or create a mutual aid group near you. Stay connected and help those in need.
It's time to freshen up around your yard. This year, don't struggle with bulky bags of mulch. Call JR.
JR's mulch sales, spread it around.
Getting meals to go from Hy-Vee is even easier with the new Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go website and curbside pickup. Just order delicious meals online and get no contact pickup. Choose from Chinese, sushi, fried chicken, lasagna, enchiladas, burgers, pizza, many of your favorite sides, and more. Just order online at Hy-Vee.com/mealtime. Then park in a designated mealtime spot and we'll bring your order out. Feed your family for less and order Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go today.
Are you nervous about leaving your parents' phone plan?
You got this.
You could have.
It's just a plan.
Nope.
Individual plan phobia.
Plan phobia? Mm-hmm. We got your back.
Switch to your own plan at US Cellular and get $400 back.
Plan phobia?
Mm-hmm.
They got your back.
Switch and get $400 back. Only at US Cellular. Choose fair.
Our retirement plan with Voya gives us confidence.
Yeah, they help us with achievable steps along the way, so we can spend a bit now, knowing we're prepared for the future. Oh,
Surprise!
We renovated the guest room, so you can live with us.
Oh, well, I'm good at my condo.
Oh.
I love her condo.
Nana throws the best parties. Well planned, well invested, well protected.
Voya. Be confident to and through retirement.
Bring your family and friends to Monk's Bar and Grill, home of the mouth-watering half-pound ultimate Monk burgers. Try the Prime Nacho Burger, the Brisket Burger, the Alamo, or the Big Ten. Monk's Bar and Grill, serving up a good time since 1947.
Download the Channel 3000 app today. News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Happy Saturday, folks. What a beautiful day that we have here across South Central Wisconsin. That sun continues to get higher and higher on the horizon for us, and I'm just going to put it to you this way. Today's going to be downright awesome. Yes, it's going to be a little bit breezy, though, and those next rain chances will be a small chance for showers that we'll see later on tonight, and then some other rain chances in that forecast as well. Right now, high pressure remains in control. This is gradually going to work its way towards the south and east just a little bit. At the same time, a cold front begins to come our direction from the north and west. But here's what happens with these overall. As this begins to slide south and eastward with that area of low pressure towards the northwest, we get in on a strong southwesterly flow. That's really going to help those temperatures warm up as we move into this afternoon. I'm expecting highs close to, if not into, the low 60s for a lot of spots. Later on tonight, a cold front begins to come our direction from the north and west, but high pressure is towards the south. What that high is doing is really limiting the amount of moisture that's able to make it this far north. So it'll try its best to touch off a couple of showers as we move into the overnight hours, but I expect that to be very minor. Even this right here is likely highly overdone. But even then, we'll see that band of clouds come through. Tomorrow, high pressure takes control again, meaning we will be back in store for some sunshine. Here's the upper track right now. We continue to remain clear over much of the state. That's certainly good news. Our temperatures at 38 degrees. Winds are calm. when the winds pick up, you'll notice them coming out of the south and west. You already see that being plotted here on our temperature map. 35 as you work your way towards Monroe. Janesville, the temperature is missing. The data has gone down, but I'm going to go ahead and say you're likely right around 36, 37 degrees or so. Watch out, things begin to warm up as we go through the day. This is 11 o'clock. We're going to see those temperatures right around 50 degrees at this point. 59 is where we stand by the time we get you towards, say, 4 or 5 o'clock. Some areas will likely make it into the low 60s, especially as you work your way further towards the south and west. Here's that band of clouds that develops later on tonight, and you see the little isolated instances where we may see a shower or two, but even still, that chance is going to be relatively slim. We'll start out with more sunshine as we move it to your Sunday. 47 by 11. We'll see those highs into tomorrow into the low 50s, and then we begin to warm up from there. It's 60 by the time we get you towards Monday, 57 on Tuesday. Check out the 63 that shows up by the time we get you towards Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they all look good. We'll see, or wet rather. I mean, you know, none of them are washouts. I'll put it to you that way. The cloudiest day of that forecast is certainly Saturday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. They're kind of going to be those days where it's dry most of the day, but you'll see at least chances for some showers and thunderstorms at times.
This is a nice forecast.
This is almost, it almost makes me think of summertime, where you get those thunderstorms that pop up in the afternoon.
And then they're gone, yeah.
Yes, I'm ready for that.
I know, his face lights up. Any severe weather, Chris is happy, but not severe weather, we should reiterate. Right?
No severe weather in this forecast.
I'm not going to talk about
None of this is expected now. Yes.
Well, I will just pack my sunglasses. Thank you, Chris.
That sounds like a plan.
Well, federal scientists do say that so far this has been the second warmest year on record. But by December, they say it could take the top spot. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, says it looks like 2020 could be so warm it rewrites the history books. The agency says there is a 75% chance 2020 will be the warmest year scientists have ever recorded. Well, Wrigley Field is reopening today, but not in the way you'd probably think. The home of the Chicago Cubs is partnering with one of its local food pantries to set up a food, packaging, and distribution center. This weekend, volunteers are packing up groceries and essential items for anyone who needs them, and they'll begin distributing those necessities later today. Today is a historic day for the U.S. Air Force, in a ceremony combining established solemn rituals with the new COVID-19 protocols. Nearly 1,000 U.S. Air Force Academy cadets will graduate, but there will be no crowd, and all cadets will have to be at least 6 feet apart during the entire ceremony. It will be live streamed in order for families and friends to watch. It starts at noon, Wisconsin time. Well, every day we're sharing stories of people making a big difference in our community during this very tough time. And here's one of our weekend favorites. Unity Point Health Meriter Hospital says Cheryl and Jeff Poole were discharged together after successfully beating the coronavirus. Cheryl was admitted almost a month ago on March 18th and was the hospital's first patient who required a ventilator. Her husband, Jeff, was admitted to the ICU a few days later and was also put on a ventilator. The entire hospital lined the hallway to celebrate the Wanakee couple as they left together.
People saying, you know, this is a fake, this is this. It's not fake.
It's not.
She almost died, I almost died.
I don't think anyone would want to fake having COVID. The Pools now join more than 25 other patients who have successfully been discharged from Meriter after beating COVID-19. That is exciting news. And another story that is making us smile. Switzerland's famed Matterhorn mountain was illuminated with an American flag for a few hours Friday as a symbol of solidarity during the coronavirus pandemic. The tourism organization representing the mountain wrote in a statement, "Our thoughts are with all American people at this unprecedented time. We look forward to meeting again at the foot of the Matterhorn. We are all in this together." That is very cool. Well, time right now is 8:18. A popular theater chain is already making plans to reopen this summer, but this weekend there is plenty to watch while staying at home. We'll share his picks and 3 things to watch, and we'll tell you about the newest shows now streaming. Trending news is just ahead on News 3 Now this morning, Saturday.
Garden mats eliminate 90% of the time spent working in the garden and increase a garden's productivity by 10 to 20%. Garden mats let air and water through but block sunlight. The pre-measured holes make planting a breeze. We help people grow 100% organic vegetables, weed-free. Garden mats give us our summers back to do the things we love. Go to gardenmats.com.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. And with great deals available, there's never been a better time to buy at your local dealership. To find a dealer near you, visit CubCadetDealers.com.
During these challenging times, many Habitat homeowners are hard at work on the front lines. Others have lost their jobs. Please consider making a donation to ease their financial burden and help us bring stability to families in our community.
Imagine facing Wisconsin's bitter cold winter without a warm home, or the blistering heat of summer without power, then having to make the tough choice between eating or meeting other basic survival needs. Unfortunately, over 200,000 of our neighbors in need will face this difficult decision with no place else to turn, including those who are now unemployed due to the COVID-19 crisis. Keep a neighbor in crisis safely in their home during these difficult times by supporting and donating to the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund today.
Help is what we've always given. So thank you to our helpers at BMO and beyond. Thank you to the healers, the fighters, the all-nighters, the cleaners, the movers, the 18-wheelers. Thank you to the farmers, the grocers, the above and beyonders. Thank you to all the frontliners for keeping our lives moving when the world needs to stop.
To our Pick and Save associates, for the long hours and late nights, for the miles traveled and the shelves restocked, for making a difference in our customers' lives, for doing so much more than your job. Everyone at the Kroger family of brands and our customers say thank you. In a time when daily life feels a bit uncertain, your hard work is keeping America fed. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
With so many nourishing shades, a color change is easy. Nutrice has 77. From our darkest blacks to our lightest blondes, it nourishes while it colors, plus avocado, olive, and shea. Change a little or a lot. Nutrice, nourished hair, better color. By Garnier, naturally.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at what is trending this morning. Get ready to laugh. Like a Boss, starring Tiffany Haddish, Rose Byron, and Selma Hayek is now available to watch at home. The comedy about friends battling it out with a cosmetics tycoon for control of their company can be purchased on most video demand platforms. The Like a Boss digital release also has deleted scenes and behind-the-scenes bonus content featuring interviews with the cast. And for your kids, Olaf the Snowman from Disney's Frozen movies is the star of a brand new digital spin-off series. At Home with Olaf will feature all new stories about this kind-hearted snowman. The series is available for free on Disney's social media accounts. And we are getting a first look at Netflix's new comedy series, Space Force. The show stars Steve Carell as a four-star general who is tapped to lead the Space Force, a newly formed sixth branch of the military. John Malkovich, Diana Silvers, and Lisa Kudrow also star in the comedy that is set for streaming May 29th. But there is no need to wait to watch something really good this weekend. Here are Will Loper's 3 things to watch.
I am not against women, but what I am against is the women's liberation movement.
Newly streaming on Hulu this week is the series Mrs. America.
We need to get the word out quickly. We want the right to be a mother, the right to be a wife. The liberals want to create a sex-neutral feminist totalitarian nightmare.
The series is based on the real-life story of Phyllis Schlafly, played by Cate Blanchett, a conservative in the 70s who aims to stop the Equal Rights Amendment from being passed.
This fight is not about equality. We no longer will be prisoners in the same. It's about power. And I'm just getting started.
The first 3 episodes of Mrs. America are streaming on Hulu now.
Did you really think there'd be no casualties?
But what you're doing is gonna make a lot of people upset.
You always taught me to fight for the people who need the help the most.
New on home video this week is Just Mercy.
Your life is still meaningful, and I'm gonna do everything possible to keep them from taking it. You don't know what you're into down here in Alabama when you're guilty from the moment you're born.
God, Mr. McMillan, we done here.
Michael B. Jordan stars as a Harvard Law graduate who takes on the case of a man on death row who's been wrongly convicted. Walter McMillan, played by Jamie Foxx.
Each of us is more than the worst thing that we've ever done.
That made me who I am.
I know what it's like to be in the shadows.
Just Mercy is available to rent or buy everywhere now.
We can change this world for the better.
Finally, this past week was the 50-year anniversary of the Apollo 13 mission, so celebrate by watching the 1995 movie based on its events.
Looks like we just had our glitch for this mission.
As multiple problems occur in the lunar mission, the crew, played by Tom Hanks, Bill Paxton, and Kevin Bacon, and Mission Control have to find a way to get the spacecraft back to Earth.
Hey, we've got a problem here. What did you do? Nothing. I stirred the tanks.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we have a problem. Failure is not enough.
Apollo 13 is available to rent or buy everywhere now.
The 7 extraordinary days of Apollo 13 were my last in space.
Happy watching. Those are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for News 3 Now this morning.
Well, we have some promising news for people who prefer seeing movies in the theaters. Movie theater chain Cinemark says it is preparing to resume operations in July under expectations that the coronavirus pandemic will simmer down by the summer. In an interview with Deadline, the company's CFO says they hope to start bringing employees back to work by late June and ramp up operations by July 1st. He says these openings could be state by state or county by county, depending on circumstances. Cinemark estimates it could be another 3 months before they begin to see business operating at normal levels, should they resume operations. Well, time right now, 8:26. A half hour of news is still ahead on News 3 Now. And next, we're going to keep you updated on the latest numbers from health officials regarding the COVID-19 crisis as it hits a global milestone overnight and continues to spread in our nation. And from handheld cell phones to high-flying drones, health officials are working to use technology in new ways to keep everyone safe. But are these methods inventive or invasive? We'll be right back.
Get red-hot savings with this week's Hy-Vee Hot Deals. Ground beef, only $1.99. 8-ounce pork chops, just 99 cents each. And Kingsford or Matchlight Charcoal, only $4.99. Save on these hot deals and more, only at Hy-Vee.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? A cool breeze on a scorching day, a cozy corner on a cold night, or knowing every room of the house is as inviting as the next. Comfort means more than just the temperature, and the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable, like cool cash rebates of up to $1,650. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Call Footbill Heating and Cooling, serving the Janesville area. In the Sauk County area, call Prairie Plumbing and Heating.
Hi, I'm Travis Ganzer. We hear you. You need new windows. Ganzer Company is proud to introduce 80 years in 80 minutes. Simply put, you need real information and pricing. Our 80 years of hindsight for 80 minutes of your time. We give you the skinny in 80 minutes to make an educated decision.
Infinity Windows from Marvin offer a lifetime warranty and are made just for that, a lifetime. Infinity Windows don't warp, crack, or fade over time, like vinyl windows.
Remember, 80 years and 80 minutes from a local family business of 4 generations.
We've got the power. It's deer season at the Power Centers of Madison. John Deere compact utility tractors have the power and versatility to tackle the biggest jobs on your list. Multiple attachments are available, extremely easy to operate, control, and finesse. Make home and garden work fun with John Deere mowers. Mow, mulch, and haul your way to a beautiful yard. Get your John Deere now at the Power Centers of Madison.
When you think of a bank, you think of people in a place. But when you have the Chase mobile app, your bank can be virtually any place. So when you get a check, you can deposit it from here. And you can see your transactions and check your balance from here. You can save for an emergency from here. Or pay bills from here. So when someone asks you, where's your bank? You can tell them, here's my bank. Or here's my bank. Or here's my bank. Because if you download and use the Chase mobile app, your bank is virtually any place. Visit chase.com/mobile.
We live here, just like you. We have families, friends, and neighbors we care about, just like you. Since 1930, Grand Appliance has supported our local communities, and we aren't stopping now. We're open to serve you and offering an extra 5% off most purchases during these uncertain times. Visit our website day or night, where we've expanded live chat, email, and phone support. We'll deliver curbside, drop off at your front door, or deliver and install. We are Grand Appliance and TV.
Save with these hot deals and more at Hy-Vee. Powerade, just 49 cents. General Mills family size cereal, only $2.88. A 2-pound pack of strawberries, just $2.97. And Hy-Vee cottage cheese is only $1.48. Only at Hy-Vee.
This is News 3 Now This Morning.
Good morning. It's April 18th. I'm Keely Arthur. We're going to get a check on your weather with Chris in just a second. But first, a new global milestone in the fight against the coronavirus. Overnight, the death toll has risen to about 150,000 worldwide. According to Johns Hopkins University, COVID-19 has infected more than 2.25 million people and killed more than that 150,000 number. Meanwhile, President Trump has unveiled new guidelines to help states loosen restrictions as the total number of American infections hits the 700,000 mark. In Wisconsin, there are currently 4,000 confirmed cases and more than 200 deaths. With the current strains on the healthcare system, UW Health says its medical assistant apprentices are being called on to help. Under normal circumstances, the apprentices mainly focus on classwork and limited clinical studies, but due to clinical consolidation, they are now also helping with employee testing, nursing assistant areas, and child care training. It is another Saturday morning with no tents posted around the square. For the foreseeable future, the Dane County Farmers Market says it will be hosting local food pickup on Wednesdays and Saturdays instead. That starts next week. It will be at Willow Island at the Alliant Energy Center. They say people can pre-order via their What's Good online farmers market store app. And during pickup, you just drive through and the farmers will place your order directly into your vehicle. Well, tossing over to Chris. And Chris, today would have been a gorgeous day to enjoy the farmers market, right?
That's indeed the case, but today is still going to be a gorgeous day to enjoy something. Get outdoors if you have the chance to do so. Maintain your social distancing. We're looking at a lot of sunshine out there right now. That's what I expect to stay as we go throughout your Saturday morning, not just here in South Central Wisconsin, but across the upper Midwest as a whole. Temperature-wise, we're starting out into the upper 30s. So for this time of the year, not too shabby headed outdoors this morning. 37 in Monroe right now. Prairie du Chien already coming in at 40. Boscobel at 39. Same for our friends over in Lone Rock. Again, just check out that view. Beautiful skies. I can't even find a cloud. Just looking around, it looks like there are very little, if any, clouds in the sky this morning. Winds do remain calm, but they're going to be picking up out of the south as we go through today. That's going to help those temperatures jump up. 53 by 12 o'clock with the southwest wind at 18, so it will be incredibly breezy. By the time we get you towards 2 o'clock, we're at 55 with winds out of the southwest at 21. So be prepared to hold on to your hats if you are headed outside today, but we'll top out around 59, close to 60.
Some good advice there. Thank you so much, Chris. A vaccine against coronavirus is still months away, but experts in Britain say a new smartphone app could help get your life back to normal. Essentially, the app tracks where you go and remembers who you were close to by communicating through Bluetooth with other phones. If someone contracts the virus, the app alerts you if you are near them. Oxford University says it's a 21st century answer to stop the spread of COVID-19.
You can reach people and provide advice on quarantining and isolation and social distancing, and you can do that quick enough before they transmit to other people.
Singapore has already rolled out a similar app to trace cases. The app is voluntary, but critics are still worried about privacy. Others say the benefits should outweigh those concerns. And that's the general consensus worldwide. Apps, drones, and other high-tech methods are now being used by governments around the globe. Roxana Saberi has more on the big debate, though.
In China, a drone picks out perpetrators in public, ordering this man to wear a mask. In South Korea, special cameras expose anyone with a fever. And in Tunisia, a police robot questions suspected violators of the country's lockdown. All high-tech tools designed to slow the spread of COVID-19.
I had to fill out a form, putting in my address, my ID number, and all that for them to track me.
Milo Shia, a student at American University in Washington, D.C., says when he flew home to Taiwan last month, authorities told him to quarantine at home for 2 weeks.
They verbally told me that, your phone will be satellite tracked.
He just didn't realize how closely.
My phone ran out of battery for about 15 minutes. I plugged it in. But by then, there was already 2 police officers knocking at my door.
What do you think about that level of tracking and enforcement?
Some of my friends think it's perfectly fine. At the same time, it's a little scary knowing that, they have this capability.
It's a concern raised by privacy advocates like Estelle Massey.
Government do need data to fight the spread of the virus, but knowing at what time I go to the shop, if I'm not infected, knowing who I may be meeting here is not relevant.
The extent of surveillance varies from country to country. In Europe, voluntary apps track people's symptoms. And this one in Israel even alerts users if they've come into contact with someone who's infected. Now, Google and Apple say they're building similar contact tracing technology into smartphones, a move President Trump says his administration is looking into. Already, U.S. officials are turning to tech companies to tap into people's digital data to see if they're practicing social distancing. Here in London, for example, data gathered by Google shows where the UK's lockdown is working. Visits to shops are down 84%. To workplaces, 61%. But visits to parks, where police have had to send sunbathers home, have dropped only 15%.
That is very useful data, and it is very easy to keep that anonymous. The next step would be when the government starts to track individuals. We don't know when that will happen.
CBS News contributor Nick Thompson.
How unprecedented is this use of technology?
I don't think we've ever had a moment where people are willing to say, okay, you can use my phone to identify every person I've been near, and I'm okay with that. That is new, but everything about coronavirus is new.
So this contact tracing technology is not being used widely in the U.S. at least, and so far it's been up to you to download any apps and share your own details. These tools can be useful, but as they become more widespread, they'll raise big questions about privacy. Well, more local news now. An update to the story we first broke Thursday on our show. The 2 inmates who escaped the maximum security prison in Portage are now back behind bars over in Illinois. But this weekend, local, state, and federal agencies are continuing to investigate and trying to track down additional people who helped them get out. 46-year-old Thomas Deering and 37-year-old James Newman were taken into custody Friday in Rockford at a local nonprofit organization. They were on the run for more than 24 hours. The Columbia County Sheriff's Department says they definitely had help with escaping, leading to the arrest of a prison employee. That's 46-year-old Holly Zimdahl. She was a citizen worker in the kitchen and is now facing a tentative charge of party to escape.
She is currently in the Columbia County Jail. Our investigative team has linked her to at least assisting beforehand with this escape. Some of the evidence has been obtained from her vehicle, her home, and her herself.
Law enforcement officers believe the 2 had additional help, and that investigation continues. The sheriff says the 2 escapees did injure themselves while trying to get over that fence. He says one of them tried to get medical attention under a fake name in Illinois. Well, we're finding the good amid everything that's going on, celebrating the overlooked health heroes right in our community. And amid a global shortage of personal protective equipment, everyday people are taking mask making into their own hands. We'll introduce you to several of those helpers right after this.
Hi, it's Jan from Toyota. As part of your community, we're here to help you during these challenging times.
Keeping your Toyota safe and reliable is important, especially right now. Many of our service centers are open. Schedule service online and drop off and pick up your vehicle with no contact. Need to replace your old vehicle? Most Toyota dealers offer online shopping and will defer your first payment for 90 days.
We're here for you. Contact your local Toyota dealer to see how they can help. Toyota.
Our retirement plan with Voya gives us confidence.
We can spend a bit now, knowing we're prepared for the future.
Surprise!
We renovated the guest room so you can live with us.
I'm good at my condo.
Well planned, well invested, well protected.
Voya, be confident to and through retirement.
It's totally normal to have constipation with belly pain, straining, and bloating again and again.
No way.
More exercise, more water, and more fiber is the only way to manage it.
Is it?
Maybe you think it's occasional constipation.
Maybe it's not.
It could be a chronic medical condition called IBS-C, and time to say yes to Linzess. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It helps relieve belly pain and lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Do not give Linzess to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Change your thinking to IBS-C. If your constipation and belly pain keeps coming back, tell your doctor and say yes to Linzess.
With so many nourishing shades, a color change is easy. Nutrice has 77. From our darkest blacks to our lightest blondes, it nourishes while it colors, plus avocado, olive, and shea. Change a little or a lot. Nutrice, nourished hair, better color. By Garnier, naturally.
Please join Madison Magazine, News 3 Now, and Channel 3000 in supporting local businesses. List of vendors, options, and hours of operation, go to madisonmagazine.com. Thank you for supporting local businesses.
We want to assure you that News 3 Now is here for you to cover news quickly, clearly, and responsibly. We know you're turning to us for information you can trust about this ever-changing situation, and we don't take that lightly. We have been in this community a long time. We have a tradition of honest reporting, of providing facts, not fear. We're also here to give you hope and optimism. We'll get through this, and we'll do it together.
Welcome back. Every weekend, we like to share some stories that made us smile, and here's one of our favorites. UW Health is celebrating what it is calling its unsung heroes of the pandemic, environmental service workers. The hospital says these workers have been a vital part of the frontline healthcare team. They are in charge of cleaning and disinfecting all isolation rooms at the hospital. Part of the process includes using a machine called Trudy, which uses UV lights to kill bacteria and viruses.
The Trudy is a second step, so the most important obviously is our tech that's in the room cleaning all those high-touch surfaces, and then the UV is put in there after, and it's ran anywhere from 12 minutes to about 40 minutes depending on the size of the room.
In addition to cleaning isolation rooms, environmental service workers also clean and disinfect elevators, nurses' stations, handrails, floors, lobby surfaces, restrooms, and stairwells multiple times a day to ensure the hospital is clean for everyone. Well, we thank them for that. And masks are an essential part for healthcare workers in particular right now, but workers across the country are still struggling to get their hands on masks and other protective equipment. Nancy Chen shows us how one small business has adapted to helping healthcare workers during the COVID-19 crisis.
We know how to sew, so we're going to sew.
Melissa Stacy Thomas owns Little Miss Sew-It-All in Maynardville, New York. When the COVID-19 outbreak hit, she was forced to close her sewing studio and send her students home. But then she received a new mission.
Now we got requests from our mothers who are healthcare providers to start making masks that are CDC compliant.
Melissa and her small team switched gears and began sewing masks using the 15,000 yards of cotton fabric in her shop.
We have a cutting station, a pinning station, 2 young ladies are sewing, and then we have someone who is pressing the pleats in.
One of their first recipients, the urgent care, just a few doors down. Little Miss Sew-It-All has fulfilled requests for masks and caps from local hospitals, primary care centers, group homes, and nursing homes, and shipped as far as Florida and Colorado.
Donations on the shop's website and social media pages help support the effort.
I have my mask.
Marcy Gower in Colorado initially made a donation and then purchased the washable masks for herself and her family members.
I'm immunocompromised, so I wish to wear a mask when I leave my home. It's a level of comfort we have.
Little Miss Sew-It-All stopped counting once they surpassed the 1,000 mask mark. Melissa says the long hours and hard work are worth it.
It's just been uplifting to be able to have something to do and to have a purpose.
She says they'll keep sewing as long as the fabric and the need are there. Nancy Chin, CBS News, New York.
The sewing team, of course, practices social distancing in the shop, and they stop every couple of hours to wipe down their workstations. Time right now, 8:44. You are taking a live look over the Capitol. Chris will have a gorgeous Saturday forecast for you straight ahead. But first, let's take a look at who is turning 3 today. We'll be right back.
Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
You can garden safer at home with the help of Jung Garden Center. Curbside pickup is now available at all 5 Jung Garden Center locations. Visit jungseed.com to learn how to place your pickup order so you can get your home growing season off to a safe and healthy start.
It's here. Instant funding online from SpeedyCash.com. Don't have time to stop by a Speedy Cash store? Get cash now, no matter where you are. Apply for a loan using the Speedy Cash app. If approved, funds apply to your debit card in minutes with instant funding from SpeedyCash.com. Apply now. It's fast. Go to SpeedyCash.com for instant funding today.
To lower my blood sugar and A1C.
Because I can still make my own insulin, and Trulicity activates my body to release it, like it's supposed to. Once weekly Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It's not insulin. It starts acting from the first dose, and it lowers risk of heart attack, stroke, or death in people with known heart disease or multiple risk factors.
Trulicity isn't for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, belly pain, and decreased appetite, which lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I have it within me to lower my A1C.
Ask your doctor about Trulicity.
To our Pick and Save associates, for the long hours and late nights, for the miles traveled and the shelves restocked, for making a difference in our customers' lives, for doing so much more than your job. Everyone at the Kroger family of brands and our customers say thank you. In a time when daily life feels a bit uncertain, your hard work is keeping America fed. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
You can garden safer at home with the help of Jung Garden Center. Curbside pickup is now available at all 5 Jung Garden Center locations. Visit jungseed.com to learn how to place your pickup order so you can get your home growing season off to a safe and healthy start.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Plenty of sunshine out there for your Saturday. Welcome to the weekend, my friends. Today is setting up shop to be an absolutely awesome day, though things will be a little bit breezy. I'm also keeping tabs on at least some minor rain chances by the time we get towards the end of today and into tomorrow. In the meantime, some folks are at that time of the year where you start to pull the boat out. So if your boat launch is open and you're maybe hitting Lake Mendota, do so socially distanced, but here's how things will certainly be for you this afternoon. We're going to see plenty of sunshine. Temperatures top out around 59 degrees. That'll be around 4 o'clock or so. By 6 o'clock, we'll cool down by about 2 degrees, down towards 57. High pressure is in control right now. That's responsible for the sunshine. It will slide just a tad towards the south and east later on today. At the same time, the area of low pressure towards the north and west will send winds out of the southwest later on between the two systems. So that's part of why we'll see the strong winds along with the warm temperatures. Later on tonight, this cold front starts to slide in from the north and west. The problem is that area of high pressure that's now south, it's out of the screen, well, that's going to be blocking a lot of the moisture from working its way this far north. So this front will not have a lot of moisture to work with. Nonetheless, there's going to be that small chance for some showers. I even think this is overdone, to be honest. But this is 4 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be an overnight deal, and then we'll see more sunshine working its way in here as we move into your Sunday. You ever have a tie that just has a mind of its own? I'm going to fix that. I don't like that. All right, here we go. So we're looking at the clear skies right now. That will continue to be the case as we go through today. This is what it looks like outside right now. Our temperature's at 38. Winds are calm. We're getting ready to see these winds pick up out of the south and west. We're already starting to see that right now. Janesville, you're back. You're at 41 degrees right now. Platteville, Mineral Point also coming in at 41. Prairie du Chien at 42. Let's put things into motion, shall we? This is 11 o'clock. The forecast temperature is 51 at that point. One of the trends I've actually seen pretty much all day long is that temperatures are warming up a little bit faster than anticipated. So it's probable that we'll see highs into the low 60s today rather than only topping out at 59. It's going to be real close, but then here's that little band of clouds with perhaps an embedded shower or two moving on through. I want you to check the time, though. This is 2 o'clock in the morning that we see that move on through, and then we start to clear things out as we head into tomorrow. 47 by 11. We'll actually see those highs top out into the low 50s for your Saturday, or Sunday, rather. 60 returns by the time we get you towards Monday, 57 on Tuesday. Then more low 60s show up as we look through the days ahead. The worst day of the forecast is Saturday next week. That's the one day that I expect things to be mostly cloudy. The best day of the forecast, well, choose your pick. Whichever one you like. Next Monday will be at 65 for the high. I'm really excited about today, personally.
Rare that we have, 10 days or 9 days out of the 10 with pretty great weather. It's usually that like one Wednesday, you're like, make sure you get outside today.
I know, yeah. So this is a grand forecast. Even those rain chances for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, none of those appear to be washouts right now. So we'll see plenty of sunshine, and then we'll just have a couple showers at times as well.
Perfect. Thank you, Chris.
My pleasure.
Well, a friendly reminder, our coronavirus coverage continues all weekend long. Every morning and night, we are releasing a virus special report to keep you up to date on the latest numbers and any changes in our community. You can find that on channel3000.com and on our social media accounts. But first, consumer experts say we are entering a new phase in this pandemic, one with a limited supply of, oh no, hair dye and beauty products. We'll get some beauty advice from the pros to keep our true hair color a secret straight ahead.
I'm Joanne Jenkins with AARP. The coronavirus continues to affect us all, and we are here actively supporting you and your community. Every day, we're providing trusted information from top health experts, sharing tools to help protect families from fraud, and creating resources to support family caregivers everywhere. As always, you can count on AARP to advocate for you and your family. Join us and stay connected at aarp.org/coronavirus.
Yeah, sure. I'm a home builder. I go to Nuns. Why? Well, my clients love them because they have all those fancy schmancy carpets. You know, like those Smart Strand ones from Kerastan that are just astonishingly soft to the touch? I'm more of a concrete floor guy myself. That fluffy stuff just doesn't do it for me. But hey, my clients, they love this fancy schmancy Kerastan carpeting. So we go to Nuns.
Nuns. Kitchen, bath, and flooring.
Hey, Shackleford.
Shackleford?
They replaced our old furnace with the new Carrier. You know, turn to the experts.
Shackleford fixed our AC with no surprises.
Are you guys talking about Shackleford? I trust those guys.
Did someone say Shackleford?
Shackleford. Schedule spring maintenance now.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping many people with type 2 diabetes like James lower their blood sugar. A majority of adults who took Ozempic reached an A1C under 7 and maintained it.
Here's your A1C.
Oh, my A1C is under 7.
And you may lose weight. Adults who took Ozempic lost on average up to 12 pounds.
I lost almost 12 pounds.
Oh.
For those also with known heart disease, Ozempic lowers the risk of major cardiovascular events such as heart attack, stroke, or death.
It lowers the risk.
Oh.
And I only have to take it once a week.
Oh. Ozempic is not for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not share needles or pens. Don't reuse needles. Do not take Ozempic if you have a personal or family history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Ozempic. Stop taking Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, itching, rash, or trouble breathing. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Tell your doctor if you have diabetic retinopathy or vision changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonylurea or insulin may increase low blood sugar risk. Common side effects are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, and constipation. Some side effects can lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping me reach my blood sugar goal.
You may pay as little as $25 per prescription. Ask your healthcare provider today about once weekly Ozempic.
Mission Unstoppable, Saturday morning at 9 on News 3 Now.
So finally this morning, hair. It should truly be the least of your concerns during a pandemic. But truth be told, some of us are looking a bit shaggy. Not everyone looks fine. We're doing the best we can.
Nice cover up, because that was harsh. Anyways, here's Jamie Yukas with the story.
The beauty industry is full of secrets.
Does she or doesn't she? Only her hairdresser knows for sure.
But soon, everyone will know your true colors. And during this pandemic, styles are getting creative. Remember the Flowbee?
Proper suction is the key.
Millions were sold in the 1990s. Well, they're back in demand. With salons temporarily closed and social distancing rules in place, the kitchen is the latest place for a trim.
This is cute. Look at this.
My friend and Minneapolis morning anchor Jason DeRusha always enjoys a salon visit.
Just forget it. Who cares anymore?
This week, he lost his mind on air about his hair. With no salon experience,
And then we'll do the sides. Oh my gosh. Don't jump.
his wife did her best on Jason's mop.
Why is it unnerving?
We can't control the spread of the virus. It's like we can't control this either.
Celebrities who need a cut are going DIY.
I did it myself.
Singer Blake Shelton showed off his mullet. And Pink decided to buzz her sideburns after, well, getting buzzed.
Stay safe. Stay home. Cut your own hair. Start right at where your part is.
For those of us who need help from the professionals, hairdressers have started posting tutorials.
Should I be nervous today?
My stylist, Katie Rote, says she's losing about $3,000 a month, but helped my roommate, Ethan Niven, trim my mane using Zoom.
Ethan, have you ever cut hair before? Besides me, not on a real human. How have you been dealing with not being able to cut hair?
It has been kind of a roller coaster of up and down emotions.
Do you worry at all that people might not want to go back to get their hair cut?
I think people like that touch from the hairstylist. I'm not concerned that people won't come back.
And no matter how the finished product looks,
it looks great.
Remember, we really are all in this together.
Perfect.
Jamie Yukas, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Oh, it feels so...
I think hair is just one of those things that we all kind of took for granted, and I think the fact that we don't really have control over right now is stressful.
So the day before we went onto the lockdown, I knew, and I went and got a major haircut. So we'll see how long it lasts.
You can tell you look good, Chris.
Well, thank you.